back to my channel. This is your homegirl Des bringing you another braces update video today. So I know it's been a little bit since I've had my last update. Honestly, I only have so many orthodontist appointments within a couple months, so there's only so many of these that I can do, but I have some good updates in this video, and I do have another orthodontist appointment scheduled for 3 weeks out, so it shouldn't be too much longer until I have my next braces update. But with that being said, we're just gonna get right on into this video so it's not too long, because today's video is going to be an update slash how I pay for my braces. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I paid for my braces or am currently still paying for my braces, then you can just stay tuned towards the end of the video. That's when I'm gonna be talking about that. But first I wanna get my braces update up and out the way. So for the updates in the top braces. So for that one, they didn't really do much but replace the rubber bands. That's it. Point blank period, nice and simple to the point. And then for the bottoms, that's where I had the most updates in general. As you guys already know though, I have had my tops on for a year now. So March 26th is when I got them on last year. So it's not even a full year yet. It's gonna be a year and a week or so. But I had my top ones on way longer than my bottoms. I got my bottoms on in October. That's why for my bottoms, they're gonna have the most updates and still have the most shifting going on. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I hope that my glasses aren't bothering you guys too much with like the reflection. And I hope that this is not doing anything with it. But so for the bottoms, I did develop a small gap. So just coming up so you guys can see where I'm talking about. Let me see, I have it focused. So right here on this tooth, there was a small gap between this one and I would like to call it my vampire tooth. So the one that is right next to it. It developed a small gap, and now I've already had my recent update, and the spring, come on, sorry, they have a work group text going on right now, but the spring got reactivated, so it actually pushed my teeth more towards the left hand side of my face, so it actually closed that gap. So that's just something to keep in mind when it comes to braces. You're gonna develop gaps, but they're gonna close them like this. So that's what the power chains are for, is to like close the gaps. And the only thing is though, you can't get power chains until your teeth are pretty much aligned, because they don't want to close any spacing if they need spacing, especially in a situation like mine where the majority of my problems was crowding. So for the top and the bottom, I had crowding towards the front, which actually messed up my teeth. So I had that small little gap. Other than that, I did notice just in general, when I drink cold things, so like my teeth aren't very sensitive. I don't have to struggle with that. But recently, at least in the tooth that did get pulled forward, so that same tooth that has a gap in it was pushed back. So it was the one that was not in alignment with the rest of them, and he pulled it forward eventually when I had enough space created. But now I realized and noticed that when I drink certain cold things, or when I just have certain temperatures, the temperatures, they matter, especially on that tooth. It sucks because it's so sensitive now. Like I used to be able to just have ice cream, have ice water, like, you know, just cold things, and not have to worry about feeling that sensitivity in my mouth. But now I do. So it's only in that area though, so thank goodness I don't have to struggle with all of my teeth being like that, but that's annoying. So that's something that developed as well. And then they just replaced the band, so they replaced all of my bands, and then they reactivated this coil again. So the only thing is though, when I was getting them reactivated the past couple updates that I had with you guys, I don't feel like they, like, obviously it was doing the job, but it wasn't like this one. The last assistant that actually was working on my teeth, she, like, I mean, she activated that spring. Like, I was in pain before I left the office because of how much pressure was around that tooth because of the springs pushing away the surrounding teeth. So that coil is definitely putting in some work right now. Other than that, they did change the color, so I decided to go again with another color. So you guys know that I stepped out of my comfort zone and got pink the last time and actually really enjoyed it. Well, I tried to get lavender this time, and they did not put lavender on my teeth. I don't know what color this is, but it's not lavender. It's definitely more of a purple color than lavender, but it's okay, I can deal. I'm only gonna have this color for 3 weeks until my next appointment. But if I was to choose, it wouldn't have been this color. So just keep that in mind when I do the update, like the close-up portion of this video. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the color that's on my teeth right now, but what can you do? And then other than that, pain. My mouth was on fire. Like, I literally couldn't even sleep throughout the night peacefully because that's how much everything hurt. My head hurt, my gums were swollen, they were irritated, my teeth hurt, like everything hurt. It felt like if like I don't know if it's because of that one spring, but if it was, let me tell you, that bad boy is putting in work, because it felt like if I had just gotten on my braces again. So it felt like if I had just gotten the bottoms on, if I had just gotten the tops on, and I was literally feeling the initial impact. That's how it felt. But now I got, my appointment was on Monday and it's Thursday, so 4 days in. I still feel pain, but it's definitely not where it was the first 2 days. The first 2 days were killer. I whine like a little baby sometimes, but at the end of the day I gotta suck it up, point blank period. My gums were swollen. Eating was painful, especially right after my appointment. Oh my gosh. And especially where the right side, so where my coil is, oh my goodness, let me tell you guys, no. Like I was just chewing everything on the left side of my mouth. And then other than that, I do, speaking of that, because of, hold on, let me grab it first. Speaking of that, I have two things that I do want to show you guys. So some people might laugh at me for this part, but I don't care, because this helps. It helps, it helps, it helps. So if you can get one of these, get one of these. One of these little fancy baby teething toys. I literally bought this for like $1 at Walmart, but let me tell you, does this thing help? Oh my goodness. Like, so I rub my gums. I already told you guys that before. I'll rub my gums like with my knuckles, just to help relieve some of that irritation. If you have braces, you know what I'm talking about. So this right here, I just take it and I just go along my gums. Like, it looks funny, but let me tell you, does this thing save my life? Like, especially when like there's not much that I can do but take the pain. This just helps soothe and just like I'll just rub it all around my gums. I put it in the fridge so that it's nice and cold, and then it's just like having an ice pack on my teeth. So I would recommend getting I would recommend getting one of these bad boys. And then other than that, I already have my braces cleaning routine, but I might do another more in-depth braces cleaning routine, just because I feel like the one that I had was just more of like a day-to-day, like when you're just brushing your teeth normally. But I feel like I have found a more detailed cleaning routine that actually helps really get in there. So this is part of it. Let me get it out of here. At my ortho, so at your ortho, especially like with a part of your plan, they should give you wax, like little samples here and there. So they gave me a sample of this, which is the Proxa brush. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, the Proxa brush, and it says goes in between cleaners, removes up to 25% more plaque. This looks like this, but when you take this part off of it, it has a little toothbrush. So it has a little, like it looks like one of the baby bottle cleaners, just one that will go right in between your teeth. So it's so small that it goes right in between. And this is really helpful when you want to get the buildup, because no matter what and no matter how good you brush your teeth, there will be buildup around the brackets because you're eating every single day. So you have to make sure that you clean the buildup around your brackets to avoid cavities, and just so that everything continues to shift the way you want it to. So that is my two little tips there on things that I purchased that help and that really help. I'm telling you guys, laugh at me now about the baby teether, but if you have braces and if you be in pain after your appointments, try it out and then come talk to me. And then other than that, I've been taking my Advil, like not so much anymore, but for the first couple days I was taking my inflammation pills, because let me tell you, I'm telling you, the pain and the inflammation, not every single appointment, but sometimes sucks. Like, and that being my last appointment sucked. So other than that, invest in a water flosser. I've been saying it over and over again, but I'm telling you, get it. It helps. It makes your life so much easier. And then other than that, now, so that completes the portion that's just the update. Now we want to get into the cost. So I have written everything down just so that way I don't ramble and I can finish this part of the video up quicker, which is, for the cost for everything is about $6,000. So that includes everything from day one. So not day one, because you have to pay for your x-rays and stuff before you actually decide you want to go through the procedure, which I'll talk about after. But it includes everything: the brackets, the wires, the rubber bands, the wax, the retainers after, everything that you're gonna need. It'll come in there, besides the water flosser. You're gonna have to buy certain things outside just to help make your life easier, but that's with anything in life. And then other than that, the x-rays and scans prior to actually going through with the procedure was about $175 with my orthodontist, and that just takes care of the initial, anything initial. So the x-rays, the scans, the meeting like with your doctor, you know what I mean, just going over certain things, that's what that appointment covers. $75 does go towards the entire price of your procedure, so it's not like it's like $6,000 plus $175. like everything that you put into at this point is going towards the big bulk of the procedure's cost. So other than that, the deposit that I decided to put down out of my pocket was $1,500, and then monthly for 2 years, so my monthly every first of the month is $190. So $190 I pay monthly so that way I can continue my procedure. And let me tell you, it's so worth it. It's not something that I regret at all. I love it. I'll do it over and over and over and over and over again. So as far as that, I would ask for wax and supplies as you need. So when you're going to your appointments, if you feel like you don't even need wax, ask for wax, just because eventually you're gonna need wax, and it's better to have more than less, trust me. And then just like the little surprise, like the little samples of like the toothbrushes and stuff, if you could get them, why not? You're already putting enough money into this in general. So, and then other than that, the way that I pay them off, so what has helped me, to each its own, you do and pay for this however you want to do it, but for me, Care Credit has been a lifesaver. It is a credit card, so it's a credit card that you can use for medical. So anything medical, as far as braces, appointments, you know, copays, like just certain things like you could use Care Credit for. And I put in here, Care Credit is a great way to pay off your braces. It's what I currently use to be able to afford them, because I do make monthly payments. If I had to pay $6,000 out of pocket right off the bat, I wouldn't have done it, because it just, right now at least, it just doesn't make sense for me. I can't afford it. I have a lot of other bills that come into play just besides my braces. So I pay them in a certain time to avoid interest charges. So as long as you pay them off within the certain time frame that you agree to when you put anything on the card, then you will avoid that interest. But if you put anything more, if you have anything over, I believe, don't quote me, but I know anything over like 1,000, like you're gonna hit that interest. As you already know how interest works, it's gonna keep on stacking up. So I would recommend just at least paying, if you can't pay the full portion, pay at least half of your monthly and then put the rest on the card, and so you can pay it all off. That's the way that I do. I do half out of my pocket, and then I do half on the Care Credit card. And then I try to do the smaller half, so it's $100 out of my pocket for the month and then $90 on the Care Credit card. And then once I can pay that off, I'll pay that off. But I would just recommend, definitely, as with any credit card, don't get unless you are planning on being responsible with it, because you do have to take in mind and keep in mind your credit always. I'm very big on credit. Credit runs this world right now. You really can't do anything or get anything without having good credit. So just make sure you keep that in mind. And then you can pay for Invisalign and other healthcare related procedures on this credit card. So it's not just for braces, but you can do a bunch of other things. I'm sure, I mean, I wouldn't, but I'm sure that if I wanted to go and get my boobs done and if I had enough on the card, I could. So it's just depending on, you know what I mean? You just do what you want to do with what you get. And with my Care Credit card, I wanted to pay for my braces, and it's been a blessing so far, and I recommend it. If you are looking to get braces, that is an amazing way to pay off your braces. And then other than that, just do your research, do your own research, and see different ways, but this is the way that works for me, and this is the way that I pay off my braces. Other than that, that's pretty much it, guys. Yeah, so now you guys see that this definitely has enough room, so I'm sure that my next appointment, you guys will see that this one has been attached to the wire. So I'm so excited for that. And then other than that, it's just gonna be continuing the journey to straightening these bad boys up. I have a lot of open space within my bite right now that I feel like has been giving me some sort of a lisp, and I don't like that. But again, I'm just being very patient, and it's a process, and I understand that it's a process. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you stood all the way to the end, again, like I said, stay tuned for my next braces update. Hopefully you guys are doing great on your journey. Comment down below if you guys want to talk to me. I love talking to you guys, especially when it comes to these braces videos, because I know that I love watching them myself. So don't be afraid to comment down below, talk to me, ask me questions, like this video, subscribe to my channel so that you can continue to see my further braces updates that I will continue to film. I have so many on my channel already. And then other than that, hit the post notification bell so that you can be notified when I do have a braces update for you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. Mwah.